Great. I think we can start now. Today, we will be talking about how AI continues to shape the future of career evolution and how you can stay ahead of the game with degrees and coursework available on Coursera. We'll be also be joined by a few keynote speakers who will be sharing some of their expertise and participating in a panel discussion at the end of the session. To kick things off, I want to introduce my other co-host for the day. Nisha Khan is another enrollment representative here at Coursera and will help us guide through the presentation. Nisha, feel free to come off mute and introduce yourself.
Thank you so much, Herman. It is a pleasure to be here. Hi, everyone. My name is Nisha Khan. I'm currently a senior enrollment representative here at Coursera. I work on the computer science and data science domain, and I have over several years of experience working on these subject areas. I've had the privilege of partnering with prestigious universities across the globe, naming some to be HEC Paris, Goldsmith University of London, University of Huddersfield, University of Michigan, just to name a few. I'm here to help learners across the world to gain access into their dream degrees and help the enrollment process go as smoothly as possible. So thanks, Herman. Back to you.
Thank you, Nisha. Great. Let's get started. We have the pleasure of being joined by three experts in the AI industry. Dr. Fo-Shing Sun from Ball State University, Dr. Sriram Shankar Narayanan from University of Colorado Boulder, and Dr. Yang Fang Yuan from Heriot-Watt University will all be presenting a bit later on.
Great. As a reminder, this session will be recorded and sent out afterwards. Throughout the session, you may also submit questions to the Q&A feature, as the chat feature will be turned off. We will do our best to answer your questions throughout and also have a formal panel with our keynote speakers at the end of the presentation. Please note, if you are asking a question about a specific program, please include that in the question so that we can better help provide an answer. Great. So here's a look at today's agenda. It's a fun-packed agenda, and we will begin with an AI overview and have a brief discussion about the importance of AI in today's job market. Then we will have our three keynote speakers, followed by an overview of AI-related degrees on Coursera, and lastly, we'll finish up with our keynote panel.
All right. Before we jump in, we have a quick survey. Are you considering a degree? I'll give you a couple of minutes to respond. All right. Seems like many of you are considering a degree in next 12 months. That's good to hear. And you have been also thinking about it, but you're not sure whether you should start now or maybe need more time to decide. One more quick one I have. How often do you currently use AI? This might be at work or in your personal life. Let us know. All right, it's a mix of sometimes daily, multiple times a day, or there are very few who says that never. Seems like many of you are already familiar with AI. Let's dive in. So, what is AI and how does it work? AI, or artificial intelligence, is a growing theme across various jobs and industries. At the heart of AI are algorithms. These are set up by humans within a computerized system. Algorithms are clear set of instructions that the computer then follows to solve a problem or a task. When algorithms receive input and process data, they learn patterns and characteristics that help computers make more intelligent decisions over time.
To continue on, AI uses different technologies to carry out these and many other tasks, such as speech recognition, word translation, maps and navigation, image search, and more. And these in technologies include machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, natural language processing, computer vision, and cognitive computing, which is pretty impressive. So why should we care about AI? Here's a good reason from the World Economic Forum as of January 2025. 170 million new jobs are projected to be created by AI by 2030. So where it can be common for AI to replace certain jobs, there are actually millions of opportunities on the horizon for people who can understand and work with AI. This includes more than just tech or computer science jobs. More and more, we are seeing the need for AI roles in life sciences, business, finance, medicine, writing, and so many more. So in fact, online job postings that require AI skills more than doubled in the first 8 months of 2024. And in 2023, LinkedIn's analysis of fastest growing skills in 2023 put AI literacy at #1.
Recently, our Chief Content Officer, Mani Baker, was featured on Talking Businesses. Listen as she discusses the demand of AI upskilling in today's job market.
Less than 3 years after the launch of ChatGPT into the world, it seems that the ability of computers to generate new content is a game changer that is rapidly spreading into every part of the world of work. In fact, generative AI has been taken up more quickly than the internet itself was. According to a study by Harvard Business School, by August last year, 4 in 10 working-age Americans were using generative AI. My next guest is one of the big bosses at one of the biggest places people go to upskill for the AI age, Coursera. Marnie Baker-Stein, welcome to the program. Let me begin by asking you about this massive rush for AI training that appears to be happening. It's up 800% this year, according to your 2025 jobs report. Have you ever seen anything like it?
I have never seen anything like it. You know, we see the different waves of tech tools and data crazes at Coursera, but the generative AI, because it is pervasive in its use across every sector, every role, from computer scientists to teachers, healthcare workers, and everyone in between, it is a gigantic wave of reskilling that we're seeing going on right now around the world.
How big a part of what people are coming to you for is AI compared to other subjects?
In 2024, 40% of our top courses were on AI or generative AI. And that was about 7 enrollments per minute in Gen AI courses. So far in 2025, that's up a little bit from last year. But we've gone from 1 enrollment per minute in 2023 to 7 enrollments per minute in Gen AI courses today. It's just an incredible showing, over 5.3 million global Gen AI enrollments to date.
As you just heard, AI courses on Coursera have 7 enrollments every minute, with over 5.3 million enrolled globally to date. On your screen, now you will see some of the top skills that technical AI roles are looking for. Some of the degrees we'll discuss today dig a bit deeper into these skills and their application. But this is a quick overview just to get us started.
So it's really important to note that there are also a range of soft skills that job seekers are looking for within their AI job openings. Analytical thinking, flexibility, and communication are just a few. But this ultimately underscores the importance of being able to combine technical AI know-how and very strong interpersonal and cognitive skills. So, for example, an engineer who not only builds models but can also communicate business implications, or a manager who understands AI enough to strategize and lead teams effectively, can provide exceptional value. So, in the development and progression of AI, there are new career opportunities on the horizon. As you can see here on the screen, here are 4 that we've seen on the rise: AI prompt engineer, AI ethicist, AI product manager, AI trainer, or data curator. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the Q&A. So just as a reminder, we will be sending out the recording with these resources after the presentation as well.
Great. In the fast-moving world of AI, online degrees are best known for their flexibility, with working professionals being the majority of our online learners. AI is developing fast, and online degrees can help.
So, as we saw on the last slide, online degrees are increasingly more accepted by employers, especially post-pandemic. So, in fact, in a study done by the National Association of Colleges and Employers, 87.4% of employers hired new graduates with an online degree in 2024. And to top that off, 100% of those employers paid online degrees hires the same starting salary as traditional graduates. Meaning, as an online degree student, it's not only more and more common to find employment post-graduation, but in terms of pay parity, you will be more than likely to be compensated the same as a traditional in-person graduate.
With that, we will move on to our keynote presentations, who all join us from top university, hosting their degrees on Coursera. All right. Dr. Funching Fan joins us from Ball State University, where he has been teaching and working since 2002. With a PhD in computer science from the University of Texas at Dallas, Dr. Sun conducts research in data mining related area, in particular data clustering, data classification, and text mining. His recent work focuses on mining social network news to understand how different types of news being broadcast and consumed over various news channels. Dr. Sun, We are so happy to have you join us here today. Please begin whenever you are ready.
Okay, my name is Fuxin Sun. Thank you for the very kind introduction. One of my research areas is in the social network data analytics. So basically, the idea is these days we pretty much consume everything through the social networks, including interact with the world, interact with our friends and colleagues, and also provide our responses or feedback to any news or broadcast that relates to us. Okay, so this area apparently fits into the big data domain. That is, it has a lot of data in terms of its volume, and the data being accumulated so fast, so it satisfies the velocity requirement for big data. And also, everything posted on social networks has all kinds of different varieties, information, data, formats, etc. So it also satisfies the variety requirements. Okay, so we are interested in this domain, and basically you can see on my slide right here. So this is one post on the Facebook, and it has say an image. Sometimes it has a short clip of video, and we have a posting, and sometimes about the news, sometimes about story of all kinds of information. And the important thing is the users or the readers are able to provide a real-time feedback. And you can see there's another screenshot right here to the one of the social network posting. Okay, so in terms of the data, we have a traditional text and the static images. And also, if you see my bottom right corner, we have a video here, like say today, like the TikTok or Instagram, and a lot of posting being made by using video instead of a traditional like classical text news, basically. All right. So we are interested to find out the interaction, and first of all, the trend about the media, mechanisms and feedback, and also we want to find out that how you associate the text with the other multimedia, like a video and image. Okay. And then we would like to find out the responses from the audience as well. Okay. And all these are also tied up with the time series data consideration. And because everything posted or responded will have a timestamp associated with it. So we can find out the trend for instance, like users' sentiments in terms of the time, and also respond to a specific event, like say a specific screenshot within a clip, a video clip. So this will be considered. And also because the users, if they turn on their location being detected, then we will also get to know where the response got sent from Europe, from United States, or from Africa, etc. Okay, all right. So from our research perspective, we would like to find out the correlation among all the media, between times and among locations, these kind of things. And from AI's perspective, we are moving toward that direction as well. And there are two things important right here. And first, for the news agencies, how could we, create news automatically through AI? And this is a great debate these days. Do we need to follow traditional approach? Everything should be made by humans, or it is acceptable to have AI to help us at least do the first round drafting of the news. And the second thing would be the responses from the audience, and how do we detect a certain piece of response is from a real human or is from a bot. And the bot generated responses or reviews may impact for instance, like the following consequences or the sentiment analysis. And those are the things that we are interested in analyzing these days. Okay. I think that's it. I think I've used all my time now. So should we move on or? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sun. That was incredible to understand. And just to jump in briefly, we do have some information about the Ball State Masters of Science and Computer Science degree here. I've seen some questions in the Q&A box. So if you are interested, as a high-level overview, this degree does not require an application. Instead, you can let your performance pave your way to admissions with performance-based admissions. Additionally, there is no computer science background required for this program. So hopefully that should answer a few questions for people. As you can see, Ball State student and Nicholas Eaton has mentioned. If you have questions about this program, please scan the QR code on your screen and book a meeting with your enrollment representative. We're happy to help you prepare for that May 18th enrollment deadline. What I'll do is I'll just leave this up for a minute before we move on.
Great. Now to introduce our next keynote speaker, Dr. Sriram Shankar Narayanan is the Associate Dean for Digital Education in the College of Engineering at the University of Colorado at Boulder. Being with Boulder since 2009, he teaches a variety of courses in the areas of programming languages, algorithms, mathematical optimization, and specialized courses related to his research areas. With a PhD in computer science from Stanford University, we are extremely excited to introduce Dr. Shankar Narayanan. I would also love to share a fun fact about Dr. Sriram. So he loves reading books. He's always reading a book, and he plays South Indian classical music on the veena. Welcome, sir. Over to you.
Thank you very much for that very kind introduction. Maybe we could go to my first slide, please. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you were able to join us today. I'm going to be talking about AI in medicine. Before I start, a legal disclaimer so you don't sue me. The doctor in front of me is a PhD. I'm not a medical doctor, so I cannot give you medical advice. And I'm not really qualified in medicine, really. The only qualification I have in medicine is I'm married to a doctor. My wife is a doctor, so she knows what she's talking about. But I know a little bit about AI, so I thought I would talk about AI in medicine. But in all seriousness, I've been working in this area for the last 15 years, and I've been very fascinated by how AI is evolving in medicine. And it really relates to some of my research themes that I've spent my lifetime researching. So I would love to talk to you about how this drives some of the theoretical research we do into practical applications. So before I dive into that, let me first, at a broad level, picture what is the future of AI in medicine, and that future is now. So when we think about AI in medicine, maybe some of you have seen this science fiction movie that I saw a long time ago. You basically have someone swallow a pill, and the pill kind of goes into their body and starts to go through different blood vessels and all these passages, finds out that they have something wrong, and then shoots laser at it and cures them, and the patient feels really well. So that's the science fiction. And to be honest, one of my colleagues, Dr. Mark Rentschler, actually has such a pill that you can take in, and it does a colonoscopy. But that's different from what I mean by AI in medicine. I'm talking about real things that can help doctors and patients today. And when we talk about that, what is the main reason that AI is being integrated in medicine? So one of the things right now in medicine, the biggest challenge is availability of care. We all take the fact that when we feel sick, we can go to a doctor, we can talk to a doctor, but that's not really the case for the majority of the people on planet Earth. And even in countries like the US, that is a challenge. Delivering medical care consistently to patients is a challenge. The volume of doctors like my wife has just kept increasing. And surprisingly, they spend a lot of their time not treating patients, but charting, writing notes, doing things that are not the most productive thing maybe that a doctor could be doing. Not that they complain about it, but it's still nice to see a doctor working with patients and then computers or AI taking care of the remaining things. So when we talk about AI in medicine, the biggest things we are talking about today are AI being integrated into electronic medical records. So the kind of medical records that keep your chart and all your doctor's visit now will be empowered with AI, which can look into your medical records and start to bring information together, which has been a big challenge and time sink for doctors. Then there are new emerging applications like chatbots. So you don't feel so good, you're not feeling great. One of these days, you can, instead of going and scheduling an appointment with your psychotherapist, you could go talk to a chatbot. And the chatbot will do a good job of making you feel better. And that's the theory. Or you want to type in your diagnosis in a chatbot. Right now, you use Dr. Google for that, and you could probably go type it into Dr. ChatGPT, and that will give you a diagnosis and tell you what's wrong. Once or twice that I've tried it, it scared me really badly, right? It tells me I have something serious. I run to my doctor, and the doctor laughs about it. Really, this brings me to the challenges of AI in medicine. So I would say, from my perspective, the biggest challenge is safety, 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 safety. If you have depression, clinical depression, and you have a chatbot, it can do very serious harm to you if it's not able to treat to talk to you in the right way, and if it suggests things that are destructive. Or if it tells you, for example, oh, you have a pain in your left arm. Oh, it may be something bad. Go to your doctor at once. Maybe there is some harm done there. So you want some notion of safety. Now, as a technical person, how do I realize safety in a system that is very hard to reason about? We don't understand how AI algorithms work. They are black boxes to us. Neural networks are, we know how they work, but we don't really, we can't really reason about them that well. So a lot of my research is looking at these black boxes and thinking about, how do these black boxes work? Can I prove something about these black boxes? Or can I make them explain their work? So there is a very big area of research into explainability. Like if AI tells you my arm hurts, AI tells you, oh, you might have a serious broken bone in your arm. I want AI to explain to me step by step the reasoning it used to arrive at it. So I can then figure out whether it's making something up or whether it's saying something real. Okay, so explainability is a big deal. Ethics is a huge deal in AI. A lot of times we are concerned about many ethical issues in AI. And finally, I will say human-centered AI. You really want AI that works with people. And that really means that there's a challenge there in terms of aligning the expectations of what people want from the AI, and is AI being able to deliver that? And there are lots of issues there. These are important research questions that are being discussed at the major conferences in AI, and some of the experts here are looking into these issues. And I just wanted to say AI in medicine brings all these issues into very important applications. Maybe we go to the next slide. I'll tell you a little bit about my own research. For many, many years, I've been looking at this closed loop medical device called the artificial pancreas. It's actually in the market. So if you're in the US and your insurance allows you, you can buy a device like Medtronic 670G, or there is some devices from other companies as well, like Tandem. And this is actually a device that senses your blood glucose levels and is able to make decisions on how much insulin you need to receive. And if you have type 1 diabetes, then this is going to be very important. And we call this kind of a device a technological cure. Type 1 diabetes cannot be cured using medicines, using today's medicines, but it can be cured using technology by having a technology behave and do the functions of what a pancreas does inside the human body without type 1 diabetes. And so this kind of a device is very challenging to make it work, to make it safe. A lot of my research is about how can we make this kind of device safe, make it work well with humans who are using this device. How do you get around challenges, all these challenges that I have put with the little pictures of the devils in my slide. I don't want to go into detail. If you're interested, there are some online talks. There are some really nice papers by Claudio Cobelli. We wrote a paper, like a broad survey in this area quite a few years ago with my former PhD student, Dr. Taisa Kushner. And we have an online NIH-funded research project that's in collaboration with people in the medical school who treat patients. And we are looking at how AI technologies are coming into this area, how can we make them safe, and so on. So I'll stop my talk here and say AI in medicine is a very, very, very important area. There is a lot of opportunities, not just to make money, but to deliver value and reduce suffering and help people like my wife who are doctors and who want to be with patients rather than sit behind a computer. So and if done right, it can be the next big advancement in human technology, right? And if done wrong, it opens up a can of worms and a nightmare. So,
well, thank you, Dr. Sriram. Just as a bonus, we'd also like to formally announce a new degree launch coming this month, the Masters of Science in Artificial Intelligence from CU Boulder, which will soon be available through the Coursera platform. And I know, Dr. Sriram, you have a lot of information on this, so I will pass it back.
Yes, I'm pretty sure we'll have dedicated sessions on this degree as the plan develops. It's going to launch very, very soon. The courses will start hopefully this fall. But in the meantime, this degree is really going to be an in-depth degree in artificial intelligence. AI started off maybe as a subfield of computer science, math, and statistics involved in it. But now it's coming into its own as an area of research and study. And so we are hoping that this kind of a degree will have AI intensive courses. The big difference between a master's in CS and a master's in AI is that in a master's in AI, we wouldn't have requirements on taking a class in networking, for instance, or taking a class in algorithms, which is the one I teach. Those classes need not be taken by a master's in AI. Instead, you focus on machine learning, planning, robotics, computer vision, natural language processing, pretty much all the important application areas of AI, and the core areas, the statistical background you need, the background in math that you would need, learning theory and calculus, and a little bit of logic and automated reasoning. So all of the things that AI encompasses will be part of this degree. It will be a specialized degree, though we are hoping through our performance-based admissions that students who don't have a CS background could level up and benefit from this degree being available. So it's open to all through performance-based admissions. You'll have pathway classes, and once you clear them, you will be able to get into this degree without requiring recommendation letters or any of that. But yet you do need to clear those pathway classes. They'll be difficult classes, but if you can, if you have some CS background, coding knowledge of the basics, then you should be able to get through this degree. And I hope at the other end, there's a lot of interesting things you can do, maybe revolutionize AI in medicine. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that discussion. It was great, and it makes me want to sign up for it. So just to let you know, as a quick note, the CE Boulder Master of Science in Computer Science is 100% online and is actively recruiting for their June 13th deadline. So for this program, there is no formal application, and performance-based admissions is available to all learners. With a pay-as-you-go tuition and a flexible async class schedule, students like Mark Setter are able to learn at the pace that makes sense for them and their really busy lives. So if you have questions about this program, and I can see a few students have put questions in the Q&A chat box, thanks so much. Please scan the QR code on the screen and book an appointment with one of our enrollment representatives who will be able to answer those questions for you.
Great. Our final keynote speaker of the day comes us from Heriot-Watt University as an alumnus of the school himself. Dr. Yuan is a research fellow in the School of Mathematical and Computer Sciences. His research focuses on machine learning and deep learning and has a particular focus on graph neural networks and auto ML. Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Yuan. Before you begin, I would like to share a fun fact about you to everyone who have joined us. So, Dr. Yuan is a passionate interest in such as art, especially oil painting. He loves sports, like snooker, swimming, table tennis, basketball, and he also enjoy watching all kinds of sports, including Formula One, the NBA, and the Premier League, gaming and crypto trading as well. That's so good to know about you, Dr. Yuan. Over to you.
Thanks for the introduction, and it's very good to see everyone online today. And today we're going to talk about graph networks. And before we dive into graph networks, I would like to quickly share why interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary AI research is both interesting and useful. As you know, AI is growing really fast nowadays, and new models, algorithms, technologies, and approaches are being developed almost every day. And from my perspective, the next big challenging is how to turn these technical improvements and advancements into real impact. In other words, how can we use advanced AI tools and methods to solve real-world problems and speed up scientific discovery and bring benefits to society? And now let's focus on graph networks, as known as GNNs. Compared with models like transformer diffusion models, GNNs might not be as widely known, but you may have heard about this term before, but perhaps not in detail. And anyway, GNNs have received a lot of attention in AI field, and they're now being used to solve many different problems across various domains, for instance, like drug discovery and weather forecast and so on. Yeah. And at first, we're going to know what is graph. Can you show the picture? Yes, thank you. So what is graph? A graph is a type of data structure made up of nodes and edges. Here are some examples, including skeleton graphs, computer networks, transportation networks, and molecular graphs, citation networks, and social networks, right? And the graphs are very common in our daily lives. And there's one example when we try to use graph to represent moleculars. So in a molecular graph, atoms are represented by nodes and bonds are represented by edges, right? So once we have the graph, now let's move to the next question, why we need graph learning. So yeah, here, thank you. Much of deep learning and AI research focus on image and text, such as large language models and image recognition models. But graphs obviously are different, right? From this picture, you can see. And graphs have structure and they are irregular. I mean, graphs could be in any arbitrary sizes. And they do not follow the grid-like patterns in images or the sequence of words in text. So because of this, methods developed for images and text often do not work well for graphs. So that's the reason why we need graph learning. And here's a statistic from ICOR, AI Top Conference. So the figure shows that graph networks are a key area in deep learning research, right? And next, now we're going to focus on message passing. So we're going to talk about a little bit briefly about graph networks, GN. So GN is a special type of neural network designed for graphs. It still have like multiple layers. I mean, you can stake multiple layers within GNN. So the structure is similar to the other neural networks. The main idea behind of most of GNN is called message passing. It is used to guide the learning process. So here's one example. So we have a graph which has 6 nodes from A to F, right? And during the learning process, we are trying to learn the appropriate representation of node A. So what are we going to do? So based on the message passing principle, so we're going to collect the information from neighbor nodes B, C, D, and then we gather all the information together and use those information to update the representation of node A. So, and then we do the same operation for all nodes, and then we can find the appropriate representations of all nodes, and those representations can be used to do some downstream tasks, for instance, like node classification or graph prediction or graph classification, right? And even I think graph networks attracted a lot of attention from practitioners, but there are still some like challenges like oversmoothing and oversquashing. And oversmoothing, it means when we increase the depth of GNN, leads to the homogeneous node representations, especially making different nodes look the same, right? Because in deep learning, we are trying to stake multiple layers, but when we try to stake multiple layers within GNN, it may have like oversmoothing problems. So, I mean, it needs our effort to address those problems, right? And next, we're gonna to see one example of using graph networks. So here's an example of using GNN to predict interactions between proteins. In this case, proteins are first processed by a graph layer before being passed to the following layers, right? And the GCN and the GAT are two common types of graph layers. GCN stands for the graph convolutional layer, which borrows ideas from convolutional operation from computer vision. And also GAT stands for the graph attention layer. So it borrows the idea of attention mechanism from NLP. And the information from both protein is combined and then used to make the make a prediction at the later stage of this model, right? In addition, I think there are a lot of research combines GNN with other deep learning approaches, for instance, like computer vision models or large language models. And also, I think the 0.6 and the 0.7, there are two examples for the combination of graph networks with other deep learning approaches, right? GNN can be used to improve retrieval in question answering systems powered by large language models. And another example is using graph networks with CNN convolutional neural networks to improve image classification. And the main benefit of these combinations is better performance, as they can bring in extra information from different sources. Yeah, and right now, I think in deep learning, it is called a multimodality model. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, thank you so much. And that's all from my end.
Thank you so much, Dr. Yuan. That was amazing and great to understand as well. So the MSc in computer science also does not require an application and instead allows you to pave your way to admissions with the performance-based admissions. This degree also offers unique opportunities to have industry specializations recognized as part of your degree, making your resume even more outstanding to future employers. As Executive Dean of the School of Mathematical and Computer Sciences, Heriot-Watt, we're committed to equipping tomorrow's leader with the skills to drive this change and shape the future. Scan the QR code on your screen to book a meeting with our enrollment team for any questions you have about this degree program. And I can see there's been a few questions, so feel free to scan and book, and someone will get in touch with you shortly. Great. A big thank you to all three of our keynote speakers. In just a few minutes, we'll welcome them back for our panel discussion. For now, me and Hemant will talk briefly about a few more computer science and AI-focused degrees on Coursera platform.
All right. If you're interested in bachelor's degree that specializations in topic in AI and computer science, Coursera partners with University of London and the Indian Institute of Technology Guwahati to offers top 2 programs 100% online. Both of these programs are actively recruiting for their next cohort, so take a look at the links in the chat to learn more.
For master's degrees, we have 2 more programs in partnership with Clemson University with no professional background required. The Masters of Science in Computer Science is 100% online and features the same professors you would have seen on-campus student. So second, we have a degree for Spanish speakers offered from Uniandes with an AI master track. This is a great opportunity for Spanish speakers to dive into an AI-focused curriculum, and it's completely online on the Coursera platform. Both of these programs are actively recruiting for their next cohort, so take a look at the links in the chat to learn more. As a bonus, we'd like to share this exclusive announcement that we have 2 brand new degrees launching on the Coursera platform this spring.
The Master of Science in Engineering Management from Northeastern University offers an 8-course curriculum for learners who are interested in leveling up their engineering leadership and technical skills. With no application required, the fast app enrollment process is now open. Next, we have the Master of Science in Artificial Intelligence degree we mentioned earlier from the CU Boulder. This degree can be completed in as little as 12 months, offers a deep focus in AI, and is recommended for those who may already have a computer science background. Check out the degree page and enroll in open content. The first cohort starts in August. To learn more about new Northeastern degree, join us on May 28th to hear about how you can get started.
And to learn more about the new AI program from Boulder, join us on May 29 for more information. We'll leave the QR codes up for just a minute to make sure you have the chance to scan and register for that.
All right. Now we would like to once again welcome back our 3 keynote speakers for a brief panel. In the meantime, feel free to submit your questions via the Q&A function and be sure to specify if the questions pertains to a certain program, AI topic, or a keynote speaker. All right, I think I can go with the first question. So my first question to all the professors is, what is your favorite or your most commonly used application of AI at work? I think I can start with Dr. Sriram Shankarnarayanan.
Right now I'm using AI. I'm writing a research paper, and I'm really using AI to get me the citations. I'm on ChatGPT and Gemini, and there's a lot of grunt work in getting citations, and AI is just giving me the citations that I can use for my paper. So that's a useful thing.
All right, thanks for sharing, Sadza. I will pass on to Dr. Yuan. Would love to know from you.
Yeah, I think ChatGPT is my favorite AI tool. Because in my daily work, I need to debug. So it's very efficient when you ask ChatGPT. Even it not always give you correct answers, but you can try to teach ChatGPT to give you like a correct answer. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And I would love to hear from Dr. Sung.
Yes, so my job is basically about teaching and research, right? Just like the other 2 professors mentioned. So I would say about like say teaching. So in the past when we prepare a new subject, we will like say request like 10 books from different publishers. And these days you can ask ChatGPT and they will give you the most updated information, references, books and papers, so that your course will stay updated in, like say within like 1 month's delay. But in the past, like say if you copy something from a book, the book has been published for 2 years and the material kind of like slightly old. But these days, because of the AI, we can always stay current. Thank you.
Really great points. Thank you all. I really appreciated that. One question I'd love to put out to the panel is, what is one skill pertaining to AI do you think job seekers are looking for the most? And I will pass it on to Dr. Yuan first.
Yeah, from my perspective, I think critical thinking is very important for the AI, because I think there are many new research appeared every day. If you check Google Scholar, you will find like many research papers published every day, right, related to AI. And I think it is very important for people to identify the advantage and disadvantage of those research and critically thinking the most appropriate methods or idea you adopted from other research to fit your problem. I think this is very important.
Thank you so much. Dr. Sriram, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, maybe critical thinking is really important. So I completely agree with Dr. Yuan. I would say generally knowing, keeping up with advances in AI is probably important and much more challenging than one realizes. So if you go interview for positions in this area, they will probably expect you to know a lot about what's happening in the field and maybe the latest and greatest, which keeps changing day by day.
Thank you. That's a really interesting point. And of course, Dr. Sun, what are your thoughts on this?
I think depending on which domain you are targeting in terms of your future job expectation, if you looking towards a engineering or math or programming side, and like Dr. Shuren just mentioned, you have to already step on top of all kinds of skills and new algorithms being published. So, but if you are looking for into some more application-oriented domain, I would say data should be the one you should care about. Like say, when we say this ChatGPT learns to write an article, and what kind of data you're looking for, or like say, for instance, these days they mention a lot about the RAG. After the large language model, you try to focus on your own specific domain, like medical literatures, if you will, or patients' medical records, and how the system or software can convert these doctor notes into some diagnosis pattern. I think that's very important for the job seeker to be focused. Thank you.
Thank you all. That was great to hear and understand. Thank you so much. I'll pass it back to Tanner.
All right. I think we have a learner who had a follow-up question on this. So one of our learner, Scott, his question is, how do you use AI while maintaining critical thinking skills? So, I mean, any one of you can, share your thoughts on this.
Yeah, maybe just to share some like my personal experience. So once you ask some questions for ChatGPT, and GPT definitely give you some answers. But I think if you want to really, at first, I think you need to critically think the answers provided by the ChatGPT, right? And you can do online check, you can read the paper, and you need to think about whether. Also, I think you should try to like validate the responses from ChatGPT. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for saying. I believe Dr. Sriram, you also agree with what Yuan, has shared. Would love to hear from you as well.
Yeah, 100% agree with what Dr. Yuan said. In fact, I would stress it even more. When I said I'm using AI to get me my citations, every 1 in 3 citations is actually wrong. It's no such paper was ever published. This morning, I was interested in a paper that appeared in 1952. AI just made me happy. Gave me this paper from 1952. No such paper existed. So when you talk about this question of, is AI making my critical thinking skills wrong? Actually, it's making my critical thinking skills sharper, because instead of me generating an answer, I am often evaluating an answer that AI is giving me. And it's on me, right? I cannot blame ChatGPT. I have to take responsibility. So often, I am having to debug a lot of code when I use Copilot. A lot of times it introduces mistakes. It doesn't quite do what I want. So my fingers are happy. I'm typing less, but my brain is happy too, because it's thinking more. That's how I would put it.
All right. Thanks for sharing. So I will go with next question, and I would love to start with Dr. Sung Yu. And I think this is one such question which has been, searched and Googled a lot. The question goes like this. If you have to predict how AI will be used in next 10 to 20 years, what innovations do you think are coming next?
I think the biggest challenge to me is, I would say, to learn the same thing or even stronger, but with much less data. I think we have been witnessing this, right? No matter how many GPUs you purchase from NVIDIA, and no matter how many nuclear power plants you rent, and still not enough in terms of the data computation. But if you look at the old story, right? Look at our 3-year toddler. Those little boys, little girls, they learn things with only a few pictures. You don't need like 10 million images from Google Images. I think that will be the AI really to mimic or surpass human intelligence. Right now, a lot of people worry about AI, but I don't worry about that. If you unplug unplug the power, the AI just die right away, because they need to learn so much, computing so much. But for humans, you don't have to learn patterns by consuming the whole power nuclear plant. So that will be, I think, the true breakthrough, or at least a very significant breakthrough for the coming years. Thank you.
Great. I do have another question for the panel. In your opinion, how would a computer science or AI degree help set learners up for success, given it's such a fast-moving industry and is constantly changing? In your own opinion and thoughts, what advice would you give learners?
I think no matter how this world changes, the foundations are still the key. Especially we are educators. I think the fundamentals, like Dr. Strange just mentioned, in their AI degrees, if you have the math, training, statistics, programming, and algorithm, critical thinking, like Dr. Yuan mentioned, and you complete the whole course with hands-on projects, like supplied by a Coursera platform, you will be good to go. I mean, new algorithm, new neural network architectures, they just keep popping every single day. But people with good training, I think you have no trouble to stay on top of it. Thank you.
That's comforting to know. Thank you. And Dr. Sriram, what are your thoughts on this?
100% agree. I will in fact emphasize it more strongly. I tell this to my students. The future is going to be a partnership between people and AI. It's not going to be just people. It's not going to be just AI. The most likely thing that's going to happen is you're going to have to be much more productive using AI technologies. That's what your employer in the future is going to expect you to be. And with that being said, foundations are super important. And I tell my students, don't let AI rob your learning opportunities away from you. It may be the case that your programming skills are not quite up to date with what ChatGPT skills are, but if you work on it, your skills will be really, really good. And at that point, you and AI together will make a really good and powerful pair programmer. Like I turned on Copilot a year and a half ago when it came, and I've been programming with it, and it speeds me up so much. Things that I used to do in 2 days, I do in 1 day. Things that I can get done in 2 hours, I can get done in 1 hour. But that's because I know how to do these things. My foundations are strong, and it keeps me that way. But I also see that for a student, it may be a big learning curve. So exactly what Dr. Sun said, focus on foundations, learn your foundations really well, and then start using AI to speed you up. I think you'll be uncatchable in the industry.
That's really encouraging to hear and great to understand. It's kind of like a very nice relationship with AI and you're just growing upon that. So it's really good. So, Dr. Yuan, anything to add towards this?
No, I think I totally agree with their opinions. Yeah, I think at first you need to have a robust foundation about AI, and then I think even there are a lot of fancy AI research, but once you have the robust AI foundation, you will be quickly to learn them and stay on the top of them. Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, I think we are almost towards the end of the Q&A. And any closing notes you three would love to share to all our learners who have joined from different part of the world? Anything that you would love to add before we wrap? Yes, sir. Please, over to you.
I would emphasize that currently a lot of conversation is happening in very few countries in the world. So one thing I'm really interested in seeing is, I see a lot of people from around the world, people from the Middle East, people from South America, people from Africa. There's so much opportunities for people locally where you can use AI and help your society and your community in terms of things that it needs that I would really encourage you to engage and make use of any opportunity you get to do that, because it's very fertile ground right now, and I think people who get in there early can really make a big impact.
Thank you, sir. I would also love to hear from Dr. Yuan.
Yeah, I just hope everyone enjoy AI, and when you use AI, just be careful. Yeah, because just like Dr. Siren mentioned, there are a lot of security, safety problems, and ethical issues. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. And we'll have final words from Dr. Song.
Oh, I fully agree with the other two panelists, and I'll encourage everybody interested, just jump in. Don't hesitate, right? And then use the AI and help you learn. Don't just use AI to cheat, right? Especially for students, you use AI to help you learn, to help you do the interaction with the AI. It's like a free tutors online, and they are super smart, these AI tools. Thank you.
Couldn't agree more. Well, thank you so much to all of our wonderful panelists for joining us and sharing their expertise with us today. It was amazing to understand more about you all, and seems like we're at time. So just want to say thank you to all of our panelists and attendees once again for your time today. We wish you the best of luck with your learning journey. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye now.